what the record is, we're still going out there and try to win.
How do you handle getting these opportunities where a lot of these guys in zone coverage against you, it's kind of hard to put a linebacker or safety on you. You've been getting a lot of attention from corners. How do you handle that?
Yeah, I mean, just got to kind of just do my job and get open. I mean, that's my job is to get open at the end of the day. So just got to keep working on my craft throughout the week.
Second part of that question, obviously last year you had the first game against the Broncos where you kind of exploded against them, and then the next time they put Patrick Surtain on you, kind of shouted you the whole game. What is it about Patrick that makes him such a good corner, and how much are you looking forward to that challenge?
Yeah, I'm excited. He's a great player, obviously. Big, strong, fast, athletic. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm excited for the matchup.
You ever made a better catch you made on Sunday?
I don't know. I don't know. Cool. It was pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
When we talked to you after the game, you hadn't seen it yet. Obviously, you have now. There's been a lot of memes, a lot of stuff like that. Like, what is it like to see that kind of reaction? Okay.
It's funny because, like I said, after the game, I didn't really know. I was like, I just know I caught it, and then seeing it afterwards, it was like kind of cool. Being like, oh, it was actually pretty good.
Were you able to separate like, oh, that was me, or could you enjoy it like as a fan, or was like, oh, like I did that? Like, how do you process that?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, it's hard. It's really hard to say.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like it was like kind of like no big deal. I just wanted to make a catch, and that was about it. Yeah.
And you're still trying to win games, but there's also personal growth as well, even though playoffs are out of the picture. What you've already done so much in your short career, but what are you looking to improve still as a player?
Man, I think just every week's just another challenge to get better at preparation and just get better during the game, competing against all these guys that we're going against. I think it's really just about just perfecting your craft.
As somebody who loves football, do you enjoy that aspect of the game, kind of unlocking these various doors to this game?
Oh, 100%. Even the greats, always are able to find things to get better at. It's always chasing self-improvement each and every day. It's definitely a part I love about the game because each and every day you come in here and you have something to work on to get better at each and every day, each and every week, each and every game. So, no, it's definitely something I love about the game is just that constant self-improvement that you have for yourself.
You make plays on third downs. A lot of them have turned into first downs. How much pride do you take in being available and reliable in those types of situations?
Just trying to be a good teammate at the end of the day, know what I'm supposed to do, being what I'm supposed to be, getting open. So, Gino can, have somewhere to throw the ball on third down. That makes all of us, everybody knows where they're supposed to go, how they're supposed to get there. I always just try to make sure I do my part, whether that's first, second, or third down to be able to be available for Gino to throw the ball to.
So not only are you a rookie trying to learn the NFL game, but then all of a sudden you have a play caller change. How does that affect you and what you're trying to do in your learning curve?
Yeah, no, I don't know if it really, since it's mid-season, we're kind of running the same offense, just, different mix-ups of plays and different ways of calling those plays. So, you're kind of running the same stuff at the end of the day, just calling it in different scenarios, stuff like that. So, nothing major right now. They obviously couldn't change the whole offense, mid-season on us. So it really doesn't, affect the way I'm going out there and I'm learning every day.
Did it feel like there might have been a little bit of a different game flow as far as like the way the game was called last week?
Obviously a different person playing calls.
Yeah.
So obviously there's going to be some differences. But
What would you say is one of the things that you've taken away from the veterans that you've been able to apply to your own game, a piece of advice and whatnot, or just something that maybe you caught on the field watching them do that you picked up?
Yeah, 1% better each and every day. It doesn't matter the circumstance, what's going on. You not only have to get better for yourself, but that 1% better each and every day is helping your teammates to get better, and that's bringing them along. So really just, that's something I pride myself, 1% better every day, spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal ultimately. I just look at it, the way I look at it is just keep running my routes, keep winning. The ball will find you. And, that's the most exciting part, obviously, when it does and you get a chance to score and do big things.
Is it still, encouraging to know you are getting a step on the defense down the field and feel like, eventually it'll pay off?
Yeah, I mean, me personally, man coverage is my favorite just because I feel like my man coverage, rate is just high, just because, the type of player that I am. So anytime a team's a heavy man, it's always, I'm always smiling from ear to ear. And yeah, like you said, I mean, it'll hit, the ball will find you, at the end of the day, just keep getting open, keep winning, because when it does find you, you have the chance to do special things. And it's a lot of games in the league, a lot of opportunities, and they'll come.
Just thoughts on the Broncos secondary, man, and just the matchups you'll be looking at in this game.
Yeah, obviously they got Pat Surtain. I mean, I think he's, one of the best in the league, if not the best in the league. Very good, and it allows them to do a lot of things differently because how good he is. You know what I mean. So for us, it's obviously a great matchup. We didn't get to play against him the first game. Then they got Riley Moss. He's good as well. I played against those guys for a couple years, so it's one of those games you kind of know, and they know me, I know them, and it's kind of like best man wins type thing. And then their back end, I mean, they're very ball hawks, and we don't have to talk about their front. I mean, those guys are insane. So
you expect to match up with PS2 a little bit more this time and kind of look forward to that challenge against the league's best?
Yeah, I'm sure. We'll draw a couple matchups, depending on the formation we're in and what we're doing and what they feel like we're doing. So, I know depending on what they do, like they'll match him, so I'm sure he'll be on Brock a little bit and then he'll move around. Like I said, they just try to figure out what formation you're in, guess where the ball's going, and if they're in that match coverage, then that's probably who he's going to be on. So, definitely excited. Like I said, I've gone against him for a couple years and definitely one of the best in the league.
Trey, you've had a couple of different offensive coordinators since you were drafted. I know it was a small sample size, but can you talk a little bit about Greg Olsen and maybe some of the differences that you felt with him in terms of the play calling?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a couple of different offensive coordinators, but I think Ole, he's very good at what he does. He's been a coordinator before, and I think just all we're trying to do, man, is just finish the season strong. No matter what goes on, all of that. So he's going to try to put us in the best position. And, it's not all on the coaches too. It's on us. We've got to go out there and execute. And you hear a lot of time players not plays. So no matter who's calling the plays, we've got to go out there and execute. And when we do that, then a lot of the coaches get the credit that they deserve. So when we don't, then things happen in the building. That's just the nature of business. So put that on myself. Obviously everyone else should as well. But we've got to do better, execute, land our shots, and be in a good position.
What is one thing you feel like you, maybe personally or maybe even the offense altogether, can hang your hat on and say, hey, we got better here this season, or this, we're better at the end of the season than we were at the start of the season in this area?
Yeah, I think I would just say I feel like from last year coming to this year, I think we're a little more multiple. I think last year I feel like we just kind of, we're like, I don't know how to say it, but basically I just feel like we're more multiple this year, do a bunch of different things, move around a lot. I mean, I think I saw something where someone said we motion the most in the NFL. So that's good because, it makes the defense have to communicate. It makes them have to adjust. And, when they're thinking, they're not playing. So that's our whole goal. And I just think we're more multiple, do a bunch of different things this year.
So as a wide receiver, just as a teammate, like what goes through your head when you see Brock Bowers do what he does? When playing next to him, how does that feel?
Oh my gosh. I mean, he does that stuff in practice. So it's like, it's insane, but it's so regular for him that it just becomes regular. I mean, I just remember when Geno threw the ball, I saw Brock go for it, but no one's signaled. He got up and threw the ball. It was 100%. He caught the ball. So I mean, there's not going to be no review. Even the ref was just like, yeah, he caught. I mean, you know what I mean. So, he's the best in the league and great teammate, and I love playing alongside him.